Now we'll analyze about the bar charts. So bar charts are considered to be in priority for having the better data visualization. A bar chart is a good choice when you want to show some high quality type of variations or some quantity varies among some discrete set of items. Well, in that scenario, bar chart is on the top priority. So let's create a file and the name of the file will be bar chart, or we can say the demo bar chart 1.py. And here we will start with our first coding analysis of the bar chart. So for that, as it is referred that we will need matplotlib library, so I'll do from matplotlib import pyplot as plt, and later we'll start with our plotting. So here I'm going to plot a bar chart among movies and the number of Oscars which are fetched for the particular movie. So I'll start with movies and the array of movies will have a value. So some movie names will be mentioned over here, starting with Annie Hall, then Ben-Hur, and after that comes the value which is like a number of movies which is needed. You can give whatever movie names which you want to. I'm just giving some names for setting up the demo bar chart. Then comes Gandhi, and after that comes a value which is West Side Story. So these values will be used. Now next I'll say the array will be number of Oscars equals 5, 11, 3, 8 and 10. And now I'll start with the number of Oscars value. So for that I'll just set the bar chart with the excess variable which will calculate the bar chart in the systematic way where I will enumerate these movie values. So I'll start with the reference as I plus 0.1 for I in a particular parameter with the enumerate movies value. For I in enumerate movies. Okay. Now here I'll plot the values. So I'll say it as plt dot bar. I'm going to plot a bar chart. So I'll take the first parameter as this axis and the next value will be number of Oscars. Now I'll set the Y label and X label of this particular bar chart. So I'll set the Y label, that is the Y axis value, as plt dot Y label, as the label will be nothing but mentioning the Academy Award. So I'll say of Academy Awards, and the next value will be plt dot title with the value of my favorite movies. Okay. Now I'll send some of the text parameter. Well, label x-axis with the movie names at the particular bar center. So I need to plot some text, so that I'll mention as plt dot xtext as value I plus 0.5 for I with the reference of in parameter mentioning enumerate of movies. So that will be putting a tick mark with the respective movies, and then I'll call for this array. And after that I'll use the function to show my graph as plot show. So my particular graph chart has been created. So what we'll do, we'll go to our command prompt and just expand this command prompt, and here we will run our script for the bar chart, the first bar chart which we created. Now I'll mention here as Python bar chart 1.py, and I'll run this particular chart over here. So my chart will be executed and the bar chart should be plotted if there are no errors as per the syntax which is given to us. It will take a while because Matplotlib gets all the values. So as you can see over here, my favorite movies with the values which was given to me, and these were the Oscar awards, and based on that I'm getting the represented bar chart as given over here. So this was a sample bar chart. We'll create another file in my code structure, and now my code structure will have a value as bar chart 2.py, and here I'll start with the next example of bar chart. So that will be a simple basic example as it was mentioned over here with the mentions and years, and it will be plotted with the ticks with inside the x-axis. So let's get started with it as from matplotlib import pyplot as plt, and then I'll import the value with mentions equals 500 and 505, and years equals the values as 2013 and 2014. So I'm taking only two values over here, and now I'll plot my value as plt plot bar. The values will be mentioned as 2012 with the next value as 2012.6 and the next value as 2013.6. And here I'm going to use the next parameter over here as mentions and the next value as 0.8. So let's analyze what is done. Like once we get the output, I'll explain you. Now after this I'm going to set the xtext parameter. So this will be xtext with the value as years, and after that comes the ylabel dot ylabel. The label will be set as hash of, which means that y-axis of times I heard someone say data science. This is just a demo example with the representation of the text. Now I'll set it in the particular tick label format as plt dot tick label format, and the value will be using use offset of the value as false. And after that I will set my x-axis plot dot axis as values 2012. Then after that comes a value as 5 and 2012.5 and 2014.5, and then comes the value as 499 and 506. So these are the values, and this I'll take it inside the array format. Okay. Now after that I'll just plot my title as plt plot title, and the title of the page will be given as look at the huge increase. Okay. Now I'll just mention as plot.show. So this will give me the next example of the bar chart. So for that, first of all, I'll go to my command prompt and just exit for this bar chart and clear this command prompt over here. So I've cleared the command prompt, and now what I'll do, I'll just plot the values over here as Python bar chart 2.py. Now it will give you the actual thing, that look at the huge increase from 2013 to 2014 with the tick value, like the number of times I have heard the word called data science, and the increase of the data science you can depict it with respect to this bar chart. So this was a basic example of the bar chart. The next example we will be focusing on is about line charts. So that is also a simple example. So let's get started with our next chapter.